Visage, they're supposed to scale really well. They have a good core like Lycan, plus the Sven, they have a lot of damage between their cores. And Chancellor's offlane is very, very difficult.
Before you just play on the high ground and harass this Lycan.
Yeah.
Wait for the creep wave to come on your end, and No-Tail's doing so, and everything is pretty good so far, but this time, gonna go on Sylar. Both the MMY and ROTK are nearby, so he's got to be careful if he dies, but he should get this first blood.
Yep, he's going to be able to pick up the kill nice and early. ROTK getting some turnaround damage, but it's not going to be enough to get a kill. So once again, OG start things off right with the first blood.
LGD had to know that something like this was going to happen. OG, of all the teams prioritize their lane so much that now the Bat Rider's gone to solo kill on this mid lane.
Alright, well here comes the mid lane smokes. They are going to be able to catch No-Tail this time around with the telekinesis Hellbear smash, and No-Tail will end up dying. He gets a lot of damage on Sylar before he does go down, but at least he was able to claim that first blood earlier.
I don't think people realize like how big of a deal it is when a level 5 hero kills a level.
Wolf does about that.
Wolves can't climb.
They cannot. So Bat Rider is going to remain supreme here for now. Crit seems to be caught out though in the middle lane. Looks like ROTK did manage to get an enchant on him, slowing him down, and they will actually get a kill out of that Sylar ultimate. But that really just feels like a bit of mispositioning there from Crit.
And about what his team does for him. They just kind of allow him to prioritize his own farm, guarantee that he gets his own, and in mid, EDC is going to get rotated on.
Well worth the quick rotation. Juggernaut's one of those fighting carries where very similar to Juggernaut, or Gyrocopter rather, is that you're always able to bring him into a quick fight. Omni slashes off cooldown, why not go for that quick kill at mid?
Yeah. I think Miracle and the way that OG want him to play, by extension, is they kind of just want him to be that hard one position, and at bottom maybe he's going to get gone on as they should have enough damage to bring him down with ease.
Yep, they've got him very much dead to rights. Great rotation there from OG, and there's really no response from LGD on AD or BTS. He will take it. And they could be like a minute apart. Mid lane, No-Tail's going to be running down ROTK. The heal is not going to be enough to outdo this damage over time, and maybe comes in with God's strength trying to go into No-Tail, but he's only down to half HP. Turns his attention to Miracle with no spin, but actually going back to No-Tail, they actually control to kill him there. That being said, the whole entire time we were talking, OG was focusing on Roshan, which they were able to.
In such a weird position where he's not sure what to do. OG with great game sense, they're going to run directly into Sylar. They're going to grab him with the Firefly, and the Doom's going to go down. Well worth it to bring down the core. This is one of their hopes in this game.
Bouncing back with the flame break, and nice denied. Beautiful play there from Sylar. Now they're actually going to go for Crit next. He pops the Mango, pops God's Strength, is going to try and beat down Crit, and will actually be able to do it as the rest of LGD mounted their response team and are able to get that kill. That being said, look at OG. I mean, that was a kill that they should have had. The Lycan, they managed to take him down, but it was a deny from Sylar. It cost them Crit. If you look at that 1-to-1, if they actually get the kill, it's well worth it. But they're also farming really efficiently. No-Tail's going to interrupt maybe's attempt to do that ancient snack, and Miracle's going to come in with the Omni Slash, but no! It doesn't stay on to maybe. He still has the spin, though. Will be able to take out the one with the TP in. Miracle's not going to go for the Visage. He plays it safe, backs up, and OG will continue to play more of that efficiency game.
They see maybe farming up that ancient stack, and they're going to their way towards him, really going to try to run away, but his entire team is right on the other side of the river.
LGD don't have any response to this. They may just have to give up on maybe. No, they're actually going to turn and fight this one out. Crit is going to be telekinesis, pulled back down. Moon is actually fighting out with Sylar, and Sylar's going to be able to win, but that is the Aegis. Crit's going to be the next target. Sylar is able to take him out. Now, Sylar, he's just a wolf running loose in the chicken pen. He's going to be able to take out at least 2 heroes before this fight is over. The spin by MMY, they're actually going to be able to get Miracle as well. OG, they just wandered into a pretty disastrous team fight, seeing as how far ahead they were. OG now have to back out. They're going to be able to keep, looks like, both Moon and No-Tail alive. RTK is going to be popped by Fly as he comes back into the fight. Moon tries to go in. It's actually going to be torn apart here. MMY with the spin. Second time in a row in this fight. He's going to be able to get a huge amount of damage out. Threatens No-Tail's life to make sure he can't really pursue. A couple sticky napalms, but I think OG, they've got to cool their jets a little bit. They're just fighting too aggressively and giving up too many kills to LGD.
Part of the issue too is that they decided to devote so much of their attention to the Enchantress. They even went so far as to doom her, and multiple heroes are trying to right click her. She was even orchided at one point, but that's a level 3 and closer to like 40 40, 45%. I think they have a pretty good shot at winning this, honestly. Their 2 melee cores are really strong right now. And there's almost no chance that OG want to fight into the Visage.
Well, they're going to try it anyway. They're going to try a quick pick off on Siler with the lasso and Doom. Are they actually going to follow up that fight? That's perhaps the more interesting question. It is going to be a 4 versus 5, but you committed big time ultimates. LGD aren't even going to try though. They're just going to back out. TP away, and that is everything OG really hoped for, because if they can actually force LGD...
That they were willing to fight the tier 1 bottom, but they weren't willing to fight the tier 2 top, because they have no vision in their jungle. And most importantly, they weren't set up at all. If you're going to defend the tower, you have to be ready. Like, everybody on your team has to be good to go before the engagement, but maybe he's just going to jump in and...
That is vicious. It's going to come in from behind, though. He's got the Necronomicon already out right in the middle of things. They do have the Omni Slash. They're actually going to bounce over to Siler with the Doom as well. Siler's most definitely dead. Maybe they can get a deny on him. Maybe the heal. Oh, he doesn't get it. Miracle comes in with a spin. Doom actually stolen once again by MMI. Managed to turn it around onto Miracle. But I think OG are just going to go for a full extraction from here on out. Notail and Moon are actually going to come in through the back line. MMY is going to be eaten up by the Broodmother, and they're going to look for a little bit more. Maybe he's already down to half HP. Moon dropped low, but he doesn't really care. He's dealing with DDC. Maybe will be caught by Notail. Maybe have to turn and fight. Kills Notail, but ends up dying in the process. And finally, it's going to be DDC who wraps things up. Not sure. Okay, maybe they can go for ROTK. They're going to try get one big crit out of Miracle, but give up the chase.
Radiant's middle
Tier
tower
2, and looks like Tier 3 tower as well. There's no buyback from the Sven here.
That looks so weird when an Enchantress is just like running in the middle of the fight and like poking at you, but can't actually do anything more, so you just let her walk away. OG are going to be so happy with that engagement. It just took so long for LGD kind of take that fight. It was really prepared for that. Like, maybe jumps forward, doesn't really have a target to go for. OG in open fields like that, when you've got so many mobile heroes, and okay, that's the item we were waiting for.
Guys, they've already set a precedent. Lycan may be able to pick up an AZ, but it's not going to change OG's strategy in these fights. Just blow everything on Lycan. Doom, Lasso, Omni Slash, still use everything they have. And it works too. The jump in from the Bat Rider, trying to grab once again Siler. They now use the Orchid as well as the Doom. Everything on his Siler. Nice deny though from Maybe, and that's actually going to be pretty decent. They buy back now. He still has the Wolf form, so he's going to be able to maybe catch up here. Maybe jumps forward, manages to get the stun onto Moon. Siler's now going to join the fight, and Moon is battling it out, but he knows the lifesteal won't save him. He will end up going down, but he did buy time for the rest of his team to get out. It looks like OG maybe fly, TPing out, revealed, telekinesis. Why? A third pick off there on OG.
Did cost the buyback from Siler though. I kind of want them to
have the healing ward, bring him back up to full HP. He can always try again. Jump in, Bat Rider, grab an ROTK this time around. They're going to go for the quick pick off in the Enchantress. Now, ROTK does have buyback, and perhaps this is LGD's best opportunity to fight. It's trying to catch OG, perhaps being a little bit too cocky inside the base. But that being said, ROTK just fought back, and OG doesn't really seem to care. They continue to go for the melee racks. Miracle makes that commitment. He's going to be caught in the process on his way out, but that just life number 1. OG are going to turn and fight around Miracle here, or maybe just swap him back out. Shiva's going in. Crit's actually going to try and turn out and Doom, but unfortunately, he's not able to do a whole lot there, so maybe he gets off his BKB first as well as God's Strength and just bites it out. OG now have to back themselves away. They've already lost Broodmother and the Vengeful Spirit. They do not want to be losing any of these cores.
A really good engagement for LGD where you want maybe to be the one that gets doomed, especially if he has his God's Strength and his BKB off already. He doesn't really care. Bit of a misplay by OG, but still, they got what they came for, which was the racks at bottom. They even managed to grab both of them, and they didn't lose their Juggernaut. I think matters the most. LGD, I don't know, you feel like that was worth it for them? They killed 3, but full set of racks and use their glyph?
No, absolutely not.
Just a straight up.
I mean, it's a second, like if it was the first lane of racks, I could kind of consider it.
Oh, hell yeah, if it was the first lane.
Yeah, it was the first lane of racks, like barreling down a lane and you do some sort of wraparound play.
Yeah.
That's what they desperately need here. They're going to try and pop Miracle. This is so essential to be able to get that kill, but no, the Visage Familiars, they don't manage to chain it up. They finally do kill him, but again, that's just the Aegis. He's going to be coming back, ready to go with that Omni Slash. Meanwhile, maybe he's been kind of deep into Notail, and he is food for fodder here as Miracle comes in with life number 2, rips him a new one. Why? He's being chased down by these impetus shots. Now the rest of his team has joined him. provided some resistance against Sylar. And OG maybe comes back in. Oh, nice two-man stun. He's actually going at Miracle. The Omni Slash is bouncing around. It's not dealing enough damage. Barely can't even deal with the Necronomicon. Swap back down though, fly. Hoping to be able to save Miracle's life as OG unable to penetrate.
You're gonna get him again.
Defense, and do get the stun. Miracle, he's gonna phase boots away, but the Vintage Familiars are on top of him. And triple kill for maybe. The buyback, well worth it for LGD. They win the fight and maybe just take some
longest that I've casted so far.
I think so, I swear. Then again, we've only casted
Oh, and maybe Ghost
Oh, maybe. He's trying to jump dunk on Moon. He managed to get the swap out, though. Now the cheese is going to be eaten. He managed to pop the lifesteal, turns back to fight again. He wants to deal with maybe with the crit. They're just getting destroyed. That AoE claim takes down 2. Easy peasy. Now the Doom. The Doom stolen by MMY comes into play to get a little bit on Miracle. They take him out as well. OG, they have the full buyout here to defend against LGD's incoming mid push.
As Miracle's dying, he's like, screw you, crit!
Crit, why? Oh, man. All right, LGD. This is a ball game, folks. They are just now getting their buybacks back into play. Except for RTKs. He had to use her a lot later.
Which he have all the time.
No tails going like deep south side. He's looking for that crazy initiation all the way in the back right. He managed to get it too. Pops the refresher. They've gotten the Doom onto maybe. MMY stole the Doom as well as bouncing back with a Lotus Orb. MMY is trying to escape back to the fountain to see if he can keep that Doom in play. Meanwhile, the throne is a bit exposed. LGD can't sit in their fountain forever. They've already lost the Vintage. It is 4 versus 5 from here on out. But Crit, he's probably going to even out with a 4 versus 4. He ends up going down as well as the Juggernaut. Juggernaut is fought back. The Broodmother is dead and is not buying back. It looks like OG are not going to fully commit to this fight. They poked at LGD. They killed a hero for good for 90 seconds, but they're not going to try and abuse that.
I'll take that as
true. Could have bought back on the Broodmother, could have bought back on the Doom and just gone all in. But
I don't even know if you 100% win that fight though. And
yeah, I don't
LGD
think so
still
either.
have Glyph. I mean, you their cores have it. They might just be saying to themselves, we might as well.
Shapeshift, 12 more seconds. Everything else up though. Start beating on the tier 4 towers. OG got to find their initiation somehow. So many creeps as well. It's not going to be a great Omni Slash. Moon already in the middle. Pops BKB, starts looking at ROTK. But a big crit comes out from Maybe. Eliminates the Broodmother. And she comes back, but she won't have the BKB we're talking about. They're just going straight for Throne. They get the side device, but it was Lotus Orb back on the grid. Controlling up these heroes. They're just taking down the Throne. Objective-based gaming. It's all that LGD care about, but maybe he's taken out. Silent gets taken out as well. The buyouts, they gotta go straight for Throne. ROTK chipping away at it with Maybe. They get it.
Oh my god.
Game number 2 is taken by LGD. We go to a full series here.
OG, if they lose this series, they are going to be so mad.
Oh, unbelievable. LGD, of champions, really.